Hey, what's going on YouTube? We're on to review number 172, and today we're playing Back to the Future. Now I'm sure if you've looked up NES reviews of this game by now, you've probably seen James Rolfe's, aka the Angry Nintendo Nerds review of this game, and probably a couple other people who have reviewed it, especially with Back to the Future Day just passing last year. I feel like I didn't want to just throw this game right under the bus. I wanted to actually give it a fair try and see what it's all actually about. But it's one of those games where it's like it starts off not bad and then you just realize more and more how bad its problems are. And it really only took about 5 minutes to see most of them. But if you start with the most minor problems, Marty does not look like Marty at all. And the style of the game is just so strange. Like they could have done so much more with Back to the Future, but instead they just make it a weird auto-scrolling shoot-'em-up type game where all you do is go around collecting clocks and dodging everything. The controls in this game are not very good because for one, you have a pretty useless jump that doesn't let you jump over anything, and two, the power-ups you pick up also have super negative sides to them. Like the bowling balls are great because you can clear out enemies with the bowling balls, but you need those clocks to get through the level. So if you throw the bowling ball and it hits an enemy, that's great, but if it hits a clock, you lose that clock. So the bowling balls aren't that great. And then there's the skateboard, which lets you travel faster, which is good because it gets you to the end of the level a lot faster. But it also makes things way harder to dodge. So it's like no matter what you do, if you're on foot, with a bowling ball, or on the skateboard, all of them have terrible disadvantages. And none of them make the game any more fun. I mean, some solid points I guess about this game are, you don't really need to worry about passwords or saving because it's not a very long game. As well as once you understand the enemy patterns, they're annoying, but they're not that bad. Another thing that's just really awful is that music though, because it plays the entire time without stop, and the first 2 or 3 loops of the song you might not mind it, but it gets really annoying really fast after that. And if you pull up the box and take a look at the cover of the game, unfortunately the cover looks really good, because it's Back to the Future. You look at it and you expect it to be half good because of the way that they designed it, but once you play it, you'll realize that not so much. But let's take a look at the back and see what it says. You are Marty McFly, just a typical senior at Hill Valley High. But after getting behind the wheel of a nuclear-powered sports car turned time machine, you find yourself in the year 1955, where you've accidentally tampered with history. Now it must be corrected. You must somehow make sure that teenagers Lorraine Baines and George McFly, the 2 kids that eventually grew up to become your parents, fall in love before the photo of your family fades away and you're left with nothing to come home to. It won't be easy. You'll have to protect George from Biff and his gang of bullies while doing your best to keep them from beating you up instead. To complicate things, Lorraine has a crush on you, so you'll have to dodge her advances while trying to figure out a way to get George to kiss her at the school dance. Time is wasting, and even if you manage to put all of the pieces in place, there's still no guarantee that you'll ever get back. It'll all come down to one brief moment in time where past, present, and future all meet. So I gotta get a description on the back, a big fat 0, because you don't do any of that in this game. It literally just described the movie plot and doesn't do anything for the game at all. So I think as a kid I would have not liked this game whatsoever. I probably would not have had a good time playing this one, and I would have much rather played other games. And playing it now, it's just an awful mess. So overall, Back to the Future is getting a 4 out of 10, and this is straight up going in the ditch pile. There's no way I want to ever play this game, ever again. But anyway guys, thanks a lot for watching this review, and I will see you all later. Bye.